Hello, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing amazing. So for today's video, we are going to be choosing out my October TBR, and I'm so excited because I actually have a few in mind that I want to put on this month's TBR. So I've tried to make this as kind of easy as possible for me to get those books on this month's TBR. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to roll a virtual dice, and whatever number it lands on, we're going to grab a book that matches the same amount of words in the title. So if we roll a 4, then we have to grab a book with 4 words in the title. So as it's October, I think it goes without saying that I'm ready for some spooky books. I would like maybe to sprinkle a horror on there. I would like some thrillers. I actually want no romance this month. I'm going heavy with the thrillers, the horrors, the spooky vibes. That is my jam for this month. And as usual, we're going to be picking out 5 books for this month's TBR. Before we jump into choosing our TBR, I just want to say thank you so much for clicking on this video and for watching. And if you do find yourself enjoying it, please do like and subscribe. It would honestly mean the world to me, and I would love to have you here so we can chat about books. So just to give you maybe a little sneak peek of what I'm after, as I said before in my previous TBR video, I really want to read The Shining. No matter what happens, I am reading The Shining in October. No ifs, no buts. So I'm hoping a 2 comes out and we can formally put it on the TBR. I feel like you may be able to see it peeking up right from the top. I feel like I want to start my ACOTAR journey. So if a 6 comes out, that's what I'm going for. I mean, I don't know if I've actually got any other 6-worded titles. I mean, I'm sure I have, but I haven't looked. But I haven't looked because I'm eager to start that journey now. I mean, everyone has read ACOTAR and I'm starting to feel the FOMO, and I want to have my own ACOTAR journey. So yeah, and that just feels like a perfect autumn book. I also would like to maybe make the next step into my series. So I have a few romance series on the go, but we're not going to try and do romance, but maybe Holly Jackson's Good Girl Guide to Murder I can carry on with, or the Thursday Murder Club I can carry on with. So I definitely have a few options, but we will see where the dice and where our choices take us. I would have actually liked to have used real dice, like and thrown it myself, but I've hunted high and low and we have no dice in this household. How is that even possible? But good old Google is going to be on hand to help. So let's do our first roll. What is that? A 1-word title. Okay, let's go have a look. I was talking about carrying on series. Straight away, I can see that we could carry on the Caraval series with Legendary. We could start Legendborn, but actually I feel like I need to finish some series before I start another series. So I think I'm gonna maybe keep that one on hold. We could start Scythe, but again, I don't really want to start a new series, but I really want to get to that one sometime soon. But I know what I'm going to choose, and we're going to carry on with a series. And it's the second book in the series, and I didn't actually love the first book in the series. And we're going to go with Reckless by Lauren Roberts. I'm scared. I feel really bad. I am one of those people that buys a series before reading the first one, and I need to learn to stop, because I bought this before I read Powerless. Then I read Powerless. I really wasn't too impressed with it. But I have the rest of the series, so we have to carry on. But I feel like Powerless, as much as I wasn't overly keen on it, it was an easy read. I did manage to just kind of fly through it. I'm not actually sure what this one's about. I mean, obviously I don't want to say too much because it might give spoilers away for Powerless, but I think this is about the brother. I can't remember his name now. I believe it's about Kai's brother, and I guess we're still following Payden and her journey, and I guess carrying on where we left off in the first book. But I do want to make a start on this. I've not heard great things, if I'm being honest. And the fact that most people love Powerless and then don't love this don't give me great hope. But maybe because people love Powerless and don't like this, I could be roles reversed because I didn't like Powerless, so I might love this. I'm trying to keep the positivity going, but let's carry on with some series. I do actually have Fearless as well to read. Down here, you might not be able to see it's behind me. I've got Fearless here. So yeah, let's carry on with the series. First one on our October TBR is Reckless by Lauren Roberts. Okay, so let's roll again. What have we got? 3. So for this one, I know exactly what I'm going to choose, and this one was actually kindly gifted to me by HarperCollins. So thank you so much. But we're going to go with That Devil Ambition by Lindsay Miller. I feel like this just screams autumn. Those deep tones in that cover, the purple, I'm all here for it. This is actually I believe a YA book. For this one, we have got Fabian Galloway, and he is quite smart because he has got in an elite school where only 13 students actually get enrolled. But they have one single assignment, and that is to kill their professor. Yes, I'm hooked. If they complete the assignment and succeed, then their student debts are gone forever. They don't need to worry about them. But if they do not succeed, then their lives will be forfeited. Yes, it's very, very harsh. So we're going to obviously be following Fabian and his friends, and I guess concocting a plan of how they can complete this task. This sounds really cool, and I feel like this might be a nice lighter read because it's YA. I mean, I might be making an assumption here, but I feel like this could be like a nice, light, easy read for autumn, even though the contents of the book is about killing their professor. Yeah, that don't really add up, does it? But that is our second book for October. Now for our third roll. 3 again. Okay, let's go. I actually have so much choice here. I'm actually stuck a little bit. So I'm not sure if you can see at the bottom, but we have got Our Infinite Fates and The Rose Bargain. I've been after reading those for quite some time, but I've also been after reading One Dark Window and The Prison Healer for quite some time too. And I'm very stuck. I think we can rule out The Prison Healer just because that is a series, and I think I don't really want to start a series. And I know I'm saying that, and One Dark Window is actually a duology, but I mean, technically it is a series, but because it's only 2 books, I feel like it's a lot more easier to manage. But actually, I've just seen The Night Circus, which obviously fits the bill with 3 words, and that is giving me like the perfect autumn magical circus witchy vibes. I mean, I don't know if there's witchy in there, but it's just given me that October feeling. So I actually think I'm going to go rogue, and I'm going to go The Night Circus. Yeah, I didn't realise, but The Night Circus is very, very chunky. I think we're talking about just shy of 500 pages. Yeah, 480. This is chunky, but I am excited. I've heard mixed reviews. I feel like people either absolutely love this or they're just like, nope, couldn't get on with it, had to DNF. So I'd love to know if anyone's read this and has been a bit like in between, or what side that you fall on. But I think I do quite like just a vibes book. Like if you're giving me good vibes, do I though? I feel like I do like a plot too. I'm very mixed. I guess on the day I'll decide if I like this or not. But I think the one thing with me is the writing, and I've heard the writing in this book is just so magical, so whimsical, and to me, that has a possibility of going into 5-star territory. I'm just saying. So we obviously have a circus, but it only appears at night. Who would have thought by the title? I don't know. From the blurb on the back, we've got Celia and Marco, who are 2 young magicians, and they have been trained to basically deal with a deadly duel, which again, I'm like, tick, I'm sold. And it seems like they are in charge of everyone's lives at the circus because they are at stake. And it then says they must test the very limits of the imagination and of their love. So the blurb doesn't actually give too much away, which I like. I like to go into a book semi kind of blind, just because I feel like sometimes it can really make the book when you don't know what's happening inside. And because this is so magical, I'm not going to delve any more deeper into it, so I'm just going to read it and see where it takes me. But I'm actually really excited for this one. So our third book on October's TBR is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I'm getting a little bit nervous now because we've not had a 6 and we've not had a 2, and I really need The Shining on here, so let's roll again. We've got 2. What are the chances? Okay, I think we all know where this is going. We have got The Shining by Stephen King, and this has been a long time coming. This is actually, I set a goal for me at the beginning of the year of like certain books I want to read by 2025. This was on there, and you know what, that list isn't going so great, so I'm glad we can tick off another one. But I'm so excited for this one. Like, honestly, this is going to be the perfect October read. I might try and leave this to like right at the end where it's like Halloween and I can like fully get into the vibes. I want to be creeped out by this book. And to make it even better, I have not watched the movie because I've said I do not want to watch the movie until I've read the book. I have heard that they're very different, so the book doesn't really mirror the movie at all, but I would still like to read the book first. And this is actually one of my sister's favourite reads, which I hold her opinion in high regard, so so excited. I'm so excited. So for this one, we have got a little boy called Danny, and his father has basically got a new job at the hotel of being like, I want to say like a groundsman, oh, caretaker, sorry. Danny's dad is the caretaker of this hotel, but after a little while, Danny suddenly starts to get visions, and not very nice visions. With Danny's father being the caretaker, I'm assuming that Danny and his mum and dad are also living at this hotel, but as winter draws closer, it seems like something is a little bit of a miss. A blizzard is rolling in, which cuts them off from any other part of the town, and it seems like the hotel is starting to have a life of its own. We've got masked guests in elevators, and there is a lady in room 217. That shouldn't be there. I've kind of took that from the back because I know some things that happen in the movie, but I don't know if that happens in the book. So I'm just kind of like, obviously it's an iconic movie, right? So you're going to see parts and snippets, but I just kind of want to go with what's on the back, so I don't like give any spoilers for what's in the book. But this is a 5-star prediction. This is going to be a 5-star prediction, and I have to say this is the one I'm most excited to read for this month. So number 4 on our October TBR is The Shining by Stephen King. Okay, so our last roll. It would be really nice if we got a 6 and I could pick ACOTAR, but we will let the dice do its thing. Last roll. 1 again. Okay, let's go have a look. I actually cannot remember the books that I mentioned in my other segment where I got like a 1 on the dice, but looking again, I am immediately seeing Lightlark, which I've heard amazing things about, but again, I know that is a series. I feel like a lot of these books on my shelves are a series, so I'm automatically saying, no, I don't want to read that. I have got Flock, which is a good shout, but again, a series. I'm sorry, I'm just like a broken record, aren't I? But I've got 2 options to go with. I'm looking at Nightshade, and yes, I know that is a series, but the second book hasn't come out yet. So realistically, it's just 1 book for now, you know? So I could read Nightshade, but I'm also looking at Redemption by Jack Jordan because I read Do Not Harm. I believe it's over here. Do Not Harm is behind my little fake plant, but I read Do Not Harm and I really enjoyed that. Like, I don't actually see Jack Jordan being mentioned much, so I'm really eager to read another one of his books. And Redemption, I've not actually heard too much about. I am going to go with Redemption by Jack Jordan. I'm really excited about this one, and also I like it because it gives a little bit of colour to my TBR. I feel like I've only picked like dark colours, so again, a little pop of colour on the TBR. But for this one, we have got, so the tagline says, he killed her son, now she's out for revenge. So it looks like we're going to be in 3 different point of views. So we've got Aaron, who is just come out of prison, and he actually was in prison for hit and run, and he killed a little boy. So that's the first perspective. Second perspective is of Evelyn, and she is actually that little boy's mother, and she has been waiting for the day that Aaron comes out of prison so she can exact her revenge. Now, third point of view is Tobias, and he is actually Evelyn's husband, and he's like, hell no, she can't do this, she's going to put herself into prison. So he's on a path to try and save his wife from doing something so stupid. So it seems like this is going to be like a little bit of cat and mouse, so I'm here for it. And yeah, I think this is going to be quite, I don't want to say fun. I don't think this is going to be a fun read, but I do feel like I'm going to binge it and it's going to be an easy read where I just want to keep turning the pages. And yeah, I'm so excited to have this on the TBR. So our fifth book is Redemption by Jack Jordan. And that is a wrap of our October TBR. So just as a recap, we have got Reckless by Lauren Roberts. We have then got That Devil Ambition by Lindsay Miller. We have then got The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. We've then got The Shining by Stephen King. And finally, to round off, we have got Redemption by Jack Jordan. I have to say, I am so pumped for October's TBR. I'm so glad that we managed to get The Shining on there. We didn't get ACOTAR, but maybe I could sneak it in. Maybe I might do like a little reading vlog of like obviously my reactions to ACOTAR because it's such a big like read. But I would honestly love to know if you have read any of these books. What did you rate them? Do you recommend them? Did you love them? Did you hate them? And I would also love to know what is on your October TBR. Have you got any spooky reads, any spooky recs as well? Because I love to add to my ever-growing TBR pile. But I'm going to leave this one here, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.